All right, so this is frustrating. Take 4. Wasn't recording, something interrupted, and then a train came by, and now I just kind of want to throw the stinking cards. So incredibly infuriating. But hey, if you found your way across this, there might be something in here for you. It's the Daily Tarot and Oracle, the daily insight on life and love for July 12th, 2022, also being timeless. Wherever you're catching it in time, it might be relevant, or at least entertaining. Maybe you hate it, but I don't know, maybe you can't turn away. These are all things that are possible. As general collective, never force these to fit your life. You can always discard it. If you have questions about booking a private reading or any of the services I provide, go ahead to the beginning of the video or the end of the video, or in the main description somewhere along the lines, there's ways of contact. I promise you, if anyone with my face is reaching out to you and saying their ancestors, Grand Rising, whatever, it's spam, mess with them, send the actual me the screenshots and then report and block them because it's hysterical. Anyway, what's going on here? We need to talk about why you keep blocking yourself from the perfect opportunity, meeting the perfect people who are going to get you to where you want to go. For some reason, it's only outgoing for you and not letting anything actually open up for you, which is incredibly infuriating. This is hanging on to old gunk and not following your true north the way that you should be. It's almost like you're just letting things pass you by that aren't even really passing you by. It's almost like you hit some sort of a dam that like a beaver would build or something like that. You can't get through it. So let's see, what's with this deep knowing that's going on with you? All right, you know that if you stay where you are mentally or stay on the same track that you've been, it's gonna be an absolute crap show. Like the change and the direction, staying on the road that you are on is not what you want. It's not what you're here for, and it's not giving you anything fulfilling. So the fact that you have been on this for so long, I kind of gotta know why. What is this deal? Why it can't, okay, so, okay. We have Observer, we have Time to Go, both are in reverse, and then Building Blocks. It looks like the hang up is you're always looking at what somebody else has done, whether it's an ex, whether it's a friend or a family member or even a colleague. You gotta stop comparing your life to others. With almost 8 billion people, you think that everybody's gonna have the same storyline? No. What's been general with the public, what's been socially acceptable, this is all coming to an end right now. This is not what you had ever wanted. You want something that is gonna really talk about how, you know, unique you are, really use all of your creative talents or whatever your true gift is. You really want to start putting that in motion, which awesome. So this, you have this, but you know, this is kind of interesting because you know that you can't stay on this path, the one that you are currently on, because it is nothing but a crap show, destruction. You're going to be wasting your time. You're going to be wasting whoever else's time. It's not for you. But you stay here because it is the known enemy. It is the known pain in the keister. And to put your best foot forward into something else, it means that first off, you're not going to be as far along as you would have liked to. And I think that this is because of procrastination and retreating back into whatever the safety box was. But also, okay, so it was retreating the procrastination, and also it was this idea that people who have been doing this for a lot longer, or whatever you have been wanting to do for a lot longer, it's almost going to be like something that is not taken as seriously. So let's see what's going on with this. I feel like I still need to draw from the wisdom of the Oracle, so that's what I'm going to do. Tell me more about the building blocks because it's about the foundation that you need to build. All right. Stop trying to fit in where you don't belong. You need to talk to somebody else who has broken out like you did. And I don't mean this in an illegal, crazy way. We're not going there. We're not talking danger. We're not talking putting your life at unnecessary risk or breaking laws. No. This is about breaking whatever the social norm was, whatever the pressure was around you, breaking that and going to where it is that you actually want to go. You got to listen to people who you would want to switch places with. So there's a lot of inspirational people that you kind of look at with a side eye because for some reason you feel like you can't give them your full attention when you're actually on par with that type of drive and energy. So the chop wood, stop keeping yourself so busy. There is truly a gift about you that is waking up. I don't care if it's something as simple as, you know, having the most amazing stamp collection on the planet. Okay, it could be something like that. Maybe you're an amazing writer. Maybe you have this idea for something that you want to put to paper. Maybe you have this amazing tune in your head. Maybe you have this incredible business model. Maybe you have some sort of life-saving idea that's going to help the world. It can be on any scale. Stop holding back your gift. Stop holding back your talent. Stop using the known unnecessary enemy of your life as an excuse for it. All you are is wasting your time. What I'm seeing in this is you have got to find somebody who's been in your shoes once where you are. Because yes, it's absolutely a risk that you are taking and changing the projection of your life, but what's the alternative? What would happen if you stayed on this tried and known path that you've been, the one that you are so desperate in breaking out of? So this, you're going to have growth if you did stay on the tried and true path, but hang on. There's a lot of choices that you are going to have to make. So let's see what's going on here. Okay, all right. We have the Two of Cups in reverse. These are about unfulfilling relationships, or it even builds up on your insecurities. There's no mental growth for it. Now, for some of you, this might be like, well, you know, I've made it this far, and, you know, not everybody gets to have a great life. Not everybody gets to do what they want. This is the real world. Great. Congratulations. Here's your participation award. We're not doing this. So let's look at this. You're going to have unfulfilling connections and opportunities in your life that are going to not going to immediately just wear you down. Like, you'll be able to do it. I mean, you'll get in the zone, but everything is going to suffer because it's not where it could be. And it's a point of imbalance and lacking fulfillment in all these opportunities and connections. At what point are you going to start putting yourself into focus and making yourself the choice in this? I see that between now or some point down the road, if you decided to try and stay on the same path of the tried and true, no growth, no challenge, no anything like that, just the known hell that you've been going through, it's going to be a point where you're going to have to really kind of lovingly assert yourself with this. At some point, but it's telling you to get off your high horse right now and start choosing yourself. At some point, you're going to have absolutely no excuse. Whatever excuse you're using for whatever the maintenance on this path is, that's going to be ripped away. And then you have nothing to hide behind anymore. So this is going to say you have to start choosing yourself. Either you choose yourself, your life, your growth, and building the life that you want now, or you're going to get to a point where it's the point of no return and you have no other choice but to start choosing yourself in this. So this is somebody who's sick and tired and done with a sense of average, a sense of monotonous routine. Now that works for some people. That apparently does not work for you. I am not dogging it down. All right, I get structure. I get that sense of security and just knowing what you're supposed to do at every given time without ever having it change. I get it. This is not necessarily your path now, is it? You can do it. You don't want to. Life is going to make you uncomfortable until you get rid of that stupid excuse that you keep telling yourself and why you can't have greatness. So, following the Queen of Swords in reverse, the truth is going to come out and why you stuck through everything. And this is going to be insulting for anyone who's around you that gives a crap. Nobody wants to have the life that is settled for. Nobody wants to be the person that has been settled for. And I see that what's going to come out is how you don't feel the way that you should feel about these friendships, these career moves, these love interests, these companions of sorts, everything. What I'm seeing is how it's unrequited. Yeah, love. I can't say the word right now, can I? So, how would you like to be the person that was kept around just because the person was afraid or didn't want to be alone? And I'm not even talking love interest. Nobody wants to be used in that way. Nobody wants to be used. And that's what I'm seeing. So if that comes down to it, the truth is going to come out. And so help me God when it does. So this is talking about the revealing. What's done in the dark will be brought to light. And it goes right into, do I want these? We're going to go with archetype. Okay. Ooh, Companions in reverse and Samaritans in reverse. Betrayal by misusing confidence, loss of personal identity, exacting appreciation of recognition for the help that you offer. It's all for image. It is all for image, and you don't even know who you are anymore, so the identity by itself is gone. Sorry. Being caught up in a storyline for so long and having no identity to it, you become the identity, but it's so at odds with what you've truly been longing for in your life, what you've been trying to accomplish, what you've been trying to lead as far as a life goes. Nobody wants a betrayal of that confidence, because everything that was involved with it was part of that story. It played its part. So this is, I'm not saying that you're doing this. Maybe this is somebody that you're dealing with. This is a point of what would you do if you found out that somebody who you invested a lot of yourself into, and again, this doesn't have to be romantic. This does not have to be romantic. What would you do if you invested a lot of yourself into a project, into a career, into some form of a companionship, but there was nothing but deception around it? Absolutely mind-blowing. So this is talking about taking the road less traveled and actually letting it go. Let that old path, that old story go. Sit with the discomfort of disappointment from other people and yourself, and start making some really fast changes in your life. This is talking about having your heart and confidence and security all knocked over. What you thought was filling your cup has completely fallen out. And yeah, the river is kind of rocky. It'll eventually be all under the bridge. Life is trying to give you an opportunity to change the direction of your life. It's so important that you take this directional change, because while everything is uncomfortable now, soon it will actually be under the bridge. You'll be in a whole new place in life, and you actually get to decide what your fulfillment is, rather than just taking whatever has been falsely given to you under false pretenses. I do feel like you have to be more flexible. You've got to allow for more emotional spectrums to be presented in your life, and you have to learn how to adapt to whatever the challenge is and straighten your crown. There's going to be a lot of things that challenge you in this new directional change, and it seems like you're going to have to learn to be patient. And what else? Let's see. You're going to have to get used to disappointments along the way. I feel like I need to keep these separate for the moment. We're going to look at these. There are going to be setbacks. There will absolutely, without question, be a lot of letdowns. It'll be a huge slap of reality. But I also feel like this could have been avoided if it was changed sooner, if the path was accepted sooner, and if procrastination wasn't on board with it. But I also know, just because of human experience, we all tend to procrastinate because we are on some level nervous. We're nervous about changing. We're nervous about being authentic and having that sense of authenticity rejected. Guess what? Wherever you've been rejected, it ultimately is for your protection, because whatever you are rejected from would not have worked out anyways, no matter how you try and swing it. There's a million stories that we can tell ourselves about why things don't work, but the plain reason is it wasn't meant for you. It wasn't in line with you, and there's something that is more in alignment with you. It doesn't mean that it's worse. It doesn't mean that everything is a lie. I've been there. It just means that you are in a different wave, evolution, all of that. What life has in store for you might be just so much better than what you thought that you could plan. Yes, you're a co-collaborator. Yes, you have free will, but there's also divine will. And you can only bullcrap yourself so long before divine will is like, listen, this is bigger than you. You need to get going. Don't make this so much harder than it has to be. It's like you're given all these options. It kind of reminds me of the R.L. Stine, Pick Your Adventures. No, wrong adventure. Turn right around. We are about this. So, I see that there is a huge, abundant opportunity that's coming in. I do feel like this is about people who are going to help you get to the lifestyle that you want. So again, I do not feel like this is a romantic interest. I don't feel like this is about love. I think that you'll love your life. I think that you'll love the opportunities that are coming up. But is this about one solid relationship where you guys can't live without each other? No. And I have to emphasize that. I love love. I love all the ways it expresses itself. But what I've been seeing with the collective, it's so unnerving, and I can't go along with it. I wouldn't. It's not for me, and it's not in that space. I love love. I love all the ways it expresses itself, and the abundance, the soulmates that this is talking about. This is all about how your life is going to expand with the right people at the right time. And if people are seeing or feeling like they're being taken advantage of, that is going to be such a smack in the face, not only for them, but for you who's wasted time. Just trying to make something work, it's not going to work. So then we have having to start over. There's a huge opportunity for you to start over and really be listened to. I do feel like you're going to be listened to. I think that you're going to be heard. I think that a part of what the rejection is people not willing to listen and to open up to your concepts, your ideas, your driving ambition. I do feel like this is heavily about your ambition and what one of your many purposes are. And this is also where you're going to make a ton of headway with the right people, the right time, the right places. The thing is, it's going to get to a point in your life where it is so flippin' easy that you catch yourself just speeding down the transformation of this, and it's so hard to get your bearings. So it's like you have to grip on to everything and be like, where the heck am I? And that's where I see the sabotage coming in for yourself, to yourself, by yourself on this. The resistance, the backtracking, the procrastination, all of those. This comes in waves every time you make a change because, well, you're human and it's part of what our brain does. It says, listen, this is great, but we don't know it's here. So I got to keep you safe because you got to stay alive. Great. There's living and then there's surviving. You can't just survive anymore. You got to learn how to live. So you're going to be coming through this point of procrastination and point of loss of interest. and you're going to talk yourself out of things. And I want you to stop yourself in your tracks with it, because it's not that you don't want this path in this life and what it brings for you to experience. It's that it's breaking away from the consistent known area of your life that you have known that you've realized how to gauge for however long. So when it's coming down to it and you want to back out of it, push yourself to break that barrier. This is your emotional plateau. And what's on the other side of that is the Star card. There's hope, there's restoration, there's a sense of renewal, a new sense of optimism that's even coming into play. But you have to have that pullback, which I know that you will, and shoot right back into the future with this. You have to reassess your why. And this, I want to know what the outcome is going to be. So let's see. Ooh, monkey toes, don't fail me now. Where is it? Where'd it go? Okay. Yeah, sorry. So, I'm going to read this both ways because it was on its side, and I'm going to read it both ways. So, reading in reverse is you've got to let what's crumbling in your life crumble. Got to stop holding on to it. It's like sand moving through your fingers. You can't hold it in place no matter how much you try. And I know how desperately hard you're trying to hold on to an idea, a path, a concept. You have a second lease on life that is coming into play. Everything has to crumble and it has to fall away so that you can actually rise out of this like the phoenix that you are. What's coming after this hope and renewal is the phoenix rising. It's that sense of empowerment, that can-do reinforced attitude that's coming into play. Look at this. You think that this is destroying everything? It destroys, it demolishes everything that was not meant for you. And it refertilizes the land and it causes new growth. This is a beautiful card to end this reading on. It looks like everything was demolished, but if we look super close, we have some new buds that are growing into play. Look at this. There is light that is going to shine again in a new miraculous way. I want this for you. I want you to let yourself have a new life. So hope will be restored. Push through this barrier. Let your life be changed and go down a new path. This is for you, and it's going to happen for you, not to you, and not to destroy you, but to recreate you. Anyway, this has been the Daily Tarot and Oracle, the daily insight on life and love for July 12th, 2022. Again, timeless. So wherever you're catching in time, hopefully it makes sense, or at least is entertaining. If you have questions about booking a private reading, go ahead to the description and find all the ways to contact. Also at the beginning and the end of the video, you can contact. It has all the ways there. Until next time, stay safe, have fun. Just know that you're greatly loved and appreciated. Bye for now. Some parts of you feel like it's erupting right now. You're at your wit's end and stressed, and you're burning yourself out completely. This is nothing but forward momentum. You have taken on too much for yourself, and now it's time for you to lay low. Lay low. Don't do anything for a while. This problem is not going to go away. But you and how you just try and march through it, and how you try and just be a good sport about it. Putting yourself into survival mode is not going to work with this. So what I'm seeing here is, listen, it's going to shut down a little bit for you. It is going to end up being very quiet for you. That's going to be something that is non-negotiable. You need to rest. You need to get your energy back. This has been way too much for you. All right? And I know that whatever it is that you've been working on is going to reflect that. Just because you can doesn't mean that you need to say yes to every little thing that comes your way, and you're going to find that out. But I still see it being present. It is going to have to be prioritized. It's going to have to be put in some sort of order. This is going to be one step, one thing after another at a time. Please give yourself time, because you are juggling way too many things because of how many eyes you think there are watching you. This is grossly unfair. This may be you in either changing whatever the course of your life is, as far as humanitarian work or life mission work or career choice, or you might even be starting some sort of a business. You're trying to get everything together by a certain date. And I know that it has to be done by then, but what you're doing right now is really hurting yourself. So, it'll actually get better if you can step away for a second, collect your thoughts, get grounded. There's a lot of grounding that needs to be done, because the only thing is we have you completely ungrounded over here. You can't just march along with this. This is all action. You're even trying to turn off your emotions. You're even turning off your brain function. You had, for all intents and purposes, kind of made yourself become a robot. You got to come back down to humanity. Nobody's going to watch you fall flat on your face. Nobody is going to enjoy that. So take a breather. This is time for you to find your balance and equilibrium again. And you got to stop with it's not the yes man or woman thing. It's not any of that. It's just stop being the person who carries the burden for everyone else, just so that either they're not suffering or they see how much you can handle. I know that is really weird to say, but all eyes on you doesn't mean that you have to be all doing. Yeah, prioritizing is going to be coming into play. You're going to have to. That's what it boils down to. Time to gather your wits, time to reel in your routine, time for you to get structured, time for you to act disciplined, time for you to talk disciplined, time for you to start new on something. It's time for you to be gentle with yourself, and time for you to focus everything. This is very big energy. Look at all the stinking cards that just came out. King, Empress, Queen, Queen, King, High Priestess. There's nothing little that's about this, and this is all mental and emotional. Mind and heart are actually really big key players in this. You have got to be honest. It's not coming from a place of hurt or anger or any of that, but you need to be honest. You need to be very direct and stop beating around the bush. And I'm not even talking about some sort of particular one person. This is about who you are. This is about what actions you need to take for yourself moving forward. This is about how you see yourself. This is about how you let people talk to you, how you let things go about you, how your life has kind of brought you to this condition. You don't like where things are right now. This has got to change. And it's not you asking for permission for somebody to either hold your place or to let you stand in your power. It's time for you to start being the director of your life and start taking this in the direction that you want to go. This is not involving any one particular person. This is almost like your own personal manifesto for this life that you want to have, for, I guess, redefining who you are as a person. So this, I see it as you need to give some tough love, and this tough love is going to create a nest for you to really blossom and grow, and take your time. Stop doing things on other people's watch. Stop doing your life on other people's time. Stop comparing your time to what other people have done by now. Who's with who, or what is with what? What is it that you want to experience? Give a broad term to it, give a broad visual to it, and then this is talking about gaining that sense of balance, that sense of magic, that desire to really make this happen. It's time for you to wake up and really take control over your life in this point in time. And this, when you start driving yourself with that force, it brings about this air of confidence, this air of charm, and it actually brings forward the people who are going to help you unfold that life. So I see action and healing coming into play and finding this wonderful balance. Cut straight to the point with yourself. It's time to be really blunt and honest with yourself, and not try and make excuses for yourself or anyone else in this. So it's time for you to refocus and let yourself blossom in a new way. The correct situations and people will show up when this is coming from a very authentic heart. I hope this made sense. You're not going to be made to lose to somebody else's excess and misgivings. So we have the hoarding money and emotions, obsession of fear and losing your wealth, excessive feelings of entitlement, rulership without restraint, passion for the journey of personal empowerment. You cannot lead the life that you want with a sense of fear that somebody is going to constantly be after you to take this away from you, actually. You are somebody who is working on personal empowerment on their journey, who actually wants to learn to not only want their life, but love that life. I know that that seems kind of weird to say, but it seems like you've been kind of complacent. And it seems like you've just been feeling like you have to fall into some sort of line. And it's this fear of there's not enough and nobody's around you. And that isn't true at all. So this is the excessive feelings of entitlement, rulership without restraint. You don't need to grab everything in sight and hold on to it because it's going to be gone. There's more than enough to go around. You need to open a dialogue of constant flow. And, oh God, this is making me think of the 7K thing that I'm doing. Okay. This is about you and taking control of not only your wealth, your empire of life, but also letting yourself feel kind of not necessarily entitled, but given the right to actually stand tall on some sort of platform. There's a lot of guilt around having abundance in your life that needs to be gotten over right now, because it's been trained in your mind that this is done by people who abuse their power. And while that can happen, you're not one of those people, and you're actually somebody who's fighting against it. You need to have better insight on what your integrity is, because I think that you are hugely underrating yourself, and that you have the ability to be empowered, and that you can get what you want. And no, it's not you being a complete brat. I'm just going to say it like that. So start being the hero in your own story. Start living the life that you want to live. Start letting yourself live in that abundant power, even wealth for some of you. I want you to get what you want. I want you to want this life, but you have to stop making excuses on why you can't have it. So time to go with the program. Time for you to detox from, it could be even junk food, but it's time for you to get rid of whatever the coping mechanism that doesn't work for you. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. This might be substance, this might be food, this might be alcohol, this could be anything, but something that is your coping tool is now at a point of excess. And this, it's what I notice with my clients with addiction patterns and behavior is they use this coping tool as a way to mask whatever feelings that they don't want to feel at the time. And that's a survival mechanism, and it's absolutely genius of the brain to do it. But you're getting into a point where it's no longer serving you, your coping tool, and you can't figure out why. It's because this needs to be dealt with head on. There's a better relationship that you need to come to terms with in your life. And this is, I think, obviously there could be the relationship with yourself, with Source, Spirit, God, or even science, whatever the heck you happen to believe in. But you also have to go easy on yourself, because I feel like you tend to pull out of one coping tool and go into another. This could be something that is a similar pattern. Don't throw yourself full throttle into it. It's time for you to be gentle to your mind, your body, and your whole system. There is a point of moderation that is coming into play, and it's very important what you put into your body. I'm not a doctor, can't diagnose, not trying to, or any of that. But it says diet is important here. We have sobriety, organic foods. I can't help but get the thought that maybe you should check out how to heal the relationship you have with your gut health may be needing of improvement. So see what you can do with that one. See what's not going to interfere with your medicine or whatever your doctor prescribed you. Or maybe this might be something to really talk about with your doctor. I think that a lot of the emotional stuff may be linked to that. Again, not a doctor, not diagnosing you. This may be something to it might be worth checking out. Do your own research, but make the connection if it's something that is necessary with you. And I mean, make the connection with like your doctor or something. Make the connection with the doctor if it's necessary. This is such an awkward message to give, because obviously I can't diagnose, can't give medical advice, but this is like, hey, check it out. Okay, so let me know how this resonates with you. And again, I really hope that this finds you well. You're going to find a new balance and center and a new way of getting through this without the points of escapisms And I'm not giving you crap for it. We are all guilty of it to some degree. So again, let me know how this resonates with you. I know that you're going to get through it. I know that you're going to come out on top of whatever this addictive pattern and behavior is. It's going to be long drawn out, because even I want to say the word sobriety, recovery is not going to be linear. It's going to have some tough points in it, but it's well worth it. Hope this made sense. So you have the willpower to get through this. I feel like what you're experiencing right now is a coping mechanism. This might be a form of addiction. This could be an addiction to anything that's a noun, a person, a place, a thing. It's a thing with the stuff. What I'm seeing right here is the foundation has come crumbling, and you need to create a new one. You don't even want to look at it. And it looks like there's a lot of eyes that are on you right now. Please don't let that make you paranoid. I think that this is people looking out for your well-being, but also making sure that they're okay. What I see is this is an absolute stressful situation for all people that are surrounding this. But I also want you to know that what I'm seeing in here is, it's not that you want any of this. You don't want necessarily the attention. You don't want the addiction, whether it is a person, a place, or a thing. It's an absolute fear of being left alone with your thoughts about what this actually means to you, what this actual title means to you, what this actual person or place or thing means to you. Again, it's a noun. So this, no matter what, the foundation on this is crumbling. And you need to create a new, more solid foundation. And this is going to be something that has to happen in kind of passive time for you. Life is trying to give you an opportunity, and you're not open to it right now. It's like you are done feeling stuck. You don't want to go back up in that tree. You don't want to be around anything. This is the most safe and secure spot for you to stay in what seems to be a closed off mode. No. And people are already seeing that. People know. And what does it matter what people think or know? No, this is about making sure that you're going to be okay. Please understand that. This sucks. It really does. Being stuck in this mindset sucks. Being stuck when you feel like you can't, stop something or get away from it, that sucks. You're going to be able to. The thing is, you have to understand that whatever it is that you're clinging on to, it's not something that should be involving such hard work. It shouldn't be such a mental mind F. It shouldn't be something that no matter what isn't enough. You have to see that because no matter what you do, you feel like it's not enough or that it's not working out. Trying to make something work shouldn't be this hard. There is a point of spirit trying to tell you to let something go, because first off, healing needs to happen. The only reason I see that you're really hanging on to this is because of a fear of abandonment. So you will take whatever poison rather than being completely isolated. Please don't do that to yourself. This is so not on par with you or anything that you stand for at your bare base. So it's time to reconfigure that. It's going to be a pain, but you will do it. And if you, very mirroring on that one. Okay. So the foundation is going to be found in the support of those family or friends that are around you. Yeah, I see that's what's coming into play. This is the second time to actually, no, like the fifth time today I've been recording and it just isn't recording. What the heck? So this is what I'm looking at right here. Somebody who is not using their potential, who's not using, I think, their clear head on this. It feels manipulative. It feels like an abuse of power. It feels like massive intimidation. This person feels abusive. I would say borderline abusive. No, they feel abusive. This is somebody who is deceptive and lying, and that you need to get your energy away from. I don't want this around you. It's creating nothing but more trouble. This person is nothing but trouble in either their own life, your life. If this is you, I don't know what to say to you, but if this is what you're dealing with, or if this is something that has been brought to your awareness, so help me God, whatever this abusive energy is, they are going to learn very quickly to back down. I see a lot of trouble they are making for themselves, and I see that a lot of backpedaling on them. So this is somebody who is probably very charming in normal standards in life. I am very weary of this energy. They have done absolutely no healing work on their part. They are giving this illusion to healing, false sense of confidence, very toxic energy. And let's see, this is somebody who blames everyone else but themselves. I don't like this at all. And I know I keep saying that, but this is a bad person. Let's see. It's they cast a lot of blame, saying that it's everyone else's fault. Everyone is against them. They are somebody who just takes and takes and takes and tries to be deceptive towards everybody, and they leave at the most inopportune time. So this is somebody who is like a thief that leaves in the night. They're about to have their butt handed to them. So I don't want you to engage yourself if this is somebody you're dealing with. If this is you, again, I don't know what to say to you. I don't want to say anything to you if this is you. The Knight of Wands in reverse. This is somebody who is at their last throes in what seems to be very challenging circumstance, but they did this themselves. Whatever it is, it's getting shut down immediately. Yeah. I'm getting that this is, I know that I shouldn't be doing gender with this, but I feel like this is really toxic masculine. It doesn't have a gender identity, but I keep getting like this very toxic energy. I know that it can be man or woman, but I feel like this is a very abusive man in your life. I really hope that this made sense, and I'm so sorry to put that out there. Just make sure that you are in a safe place, and make sure that there's no communication going on with this. Keep this energy away. I'm sorry.
What would you do if you saw me at the red light and I honked my horn at you and we made eye contact and I said to you, "What's up, baby girl?" What would you say?
Why aren't we doing this now? Because totally, like Starbucks is right down the road. I would do that. Absolutely. See you there. I would like a venti mocha latte with oat milk. Let's do this.